to Opera Man Dallas. If you thought Clint Eastwood started the whole spaghetti western genre, you would be wrong. Giacomo Puccini wrote the first spaghetti western, Girl of the Golden West, in 1910. See the descriptions for important information about the opera that is not contained in this video. Puccini starts off with a short overture, but it begins with a bang. The action takes place in a bar, and soon there's a barroom brawl. Minnie, the only girl in town, literally has to shoot her way onto the stage, but that does break up the fight. And she does what any woman would do upon entering a saloon. She conducts a Bible study. Puccini may not have had an in-depth knowledge of Western life. She sings about salvation and redemption, which are themes in this opera. The sheriff wants to marry her, and she says, "You're a baritone, I'm a soprano, I could never marry someone like you." The Wells Fargo guy shows up, and he has some posters about banditos in the area. Then the tenor, dressed up like a full-on rhinestone cowboy, comes in. The sheriff is suspicious. He wants to know his name. He says it is Johnson from Sacramento. Now, I thought Puccini was messing with us. I didn't know if he understood what Johnson was slang for. Later in the opera, we'd find out that his first name was Dick. So apparently Puccini knew exactly what he was doing. "Anyone up for a game of baccarat?" asked Dick Johnson. Apparently they expected Sean Connery to show up and handle the shoe. Johnson small talks Minnie into waltzing with him. We know how cowboys love to waltz. Several cowboys burst in and they have captured a bandito. Get a rope. He appears to be part of Placido Domingo's gang, and Placido motions to him to stay silent. Everyone leaves to join the posse to catch the rest of the gang. Johnson stays behind, and he finds a secret panel in the bar where the gold is hidden. Minnie returns, and Johnson still tries to get her to give him a kiss. She tells him, "No one has had my first kiss." She's like super virgin. So the tenor says, "Well, I've got to leave and be on my way. So much to steal, so little time to do it in." Minnie tells him, "Bring your Johnson by my place on your way out of town." Act 2, Minnie's Cabin. Minnie sings about wearing her Sunday best and fancy shoes. Johnson shows up and is still trying to get a kiss out of her. He sings, "Love women for an hour and then die." Minnie says, "Really? How many times have you died?" But she finally gives him a kiss, and it is time to swear eternal love. But he says, "I gotta go now. I'll be on my way." But it starts snowing, and she says, "You have to stay now, but I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm going to sleep on the floor." The sheriff and his posse show up and say that they saw him head this way, and he's a bandito. I guess they figured that out because he's wearing all black. Minnie says, "He's not here. Pay no attention to that horse in my barn." And so the sheriff leaves. Minnie is now pissed with Johnson, and the sheriff is waiting in ambush. The sheriff fires a warning shot into Johnson's chest as soon as he comes out of the cabin. That's the West. Shoot first, ask questions later. He staggers back into the cabin. She tries to hide him in the attic. The sheriff barges in and demands to know where he is. "Who are you talking about?" says Minnie. He says, "You know, the guy I just shot that ran in here." "Oh, he's not here." "Well, then why is it dripping blood from your ceiling?" "Oh, that guy." She offers to play the sheriff a game of cards for the man's life. If he wins, she will marry him, and he gets to take the man prisoner. But if she wins, she gets to keep the man. Sounds like Kathy Bates to me. She takes the deck of cards, but then she stuffs some aces in her socks. She wins the game by cheating, and the sheriff leaves. Act 3, back in town. They catch Johnson, and they have a noose waiting for him already. This opera could use some serious criminal justice reform. They are all ready to hang him, no annoying trial necessary. Then they take him to the gallows, whereupon here comes Minnie with her gun. She talks them into letting him go. Remember, she's the only woman in town. They then walk off into the sunset. Apparently the horses were busy. No one dies. Placido does get shot and have the crap beat out of him several times. I think Clint Eastwood would have been proud and hurt. Thank you for watching. Click on the circle on this side of the screen to subscribe.